Welcome everyone to Phyrexia All Will Be One. We are back on our friend's account who is taking a mental break from this set. Pressure's on, we want to earn them gems, so let's jump in and see what we can do. Ooh, what do we open here? Unctus. Grand Meditech. I have never played with this card yet. It's basically a looter. We'd be missing out on a Drowning Ichor. I guess we'd have to hope the Watcher wheels. I mean, there's not a lot of blue in this pack, so it's a little bit problematic, but Unctus is good. I definitely want to be playing artifacts with it, since artifact creatures I control get +1/+1, but you can make other things into artifacts, but more importantly, I need to be playing blue, because it's double blue, and it wants blue creatures to be attacking and tapping to rummage. The battle chair here is good. But yeah, we'll take Unctus and hope we can build some sort of artifact deck, because I have yet to do that. Let's see, pack 2. What is this? They took a common card. My guess is it would be white. I mean, it doesn't have to be white, but I guess it could be white. I don't know if the Skull Bomb registers as white in the pack. But Unctus wants artifacts, and I don't see any artifact creatures here except for the Custodian. We're not taking the Custodian. So I think I'm going to take the Skull Dweller. But Malira is also kind of tempting. It's a double off color from Unctus, which we first picked. But she's a really good 3/3 on turn 2. We would just have to pivot. But Skull Dweller is perfectly fine. Black and blue can play together. Yeah. Rewarded? Let's see. So, there's not an artifact here I want to take. The Injector does keep us in artifacts and keep us open to artifacts. But I think Arena being in this pack is definitely a sign that at least 2 people to my right don't want black at all. So, I think I would be really silly to pass Phyrexian Arena after taking the Skull Dweller and Unctus. I just think this card's too good, right? You draw cards, what's not to like? I think it's a sign that blacks may be open. Seeing a lot of black, blue, and green. I think the smart pick here is the land. The dual land that's in their colors. There's nothing wrong with that. Prologue to Phyrexia is also on my radar. Good green cards here. Infectious Bite is, I believe, the best card in the pack, period. It's kind of a shame it's not blue or black, right? Scrap Trap, there's nothing wrong with the Scrap Trap here. You could just stay on color, go with land, Scrap Trap, Prologue. But I actually think I'm going to go ahead and take Infectious Bite, since I'm seeing so much good green here. And hopefully it's a sign that green's also open. There's some good green here. I mean, Basilisk is fine. White's really being picked over. So white's definitely out, probably. Not even going to consider it, which is a shame, because I think that means our artifact plan is kind of out the door. But we could go ahead and take Curiosity if we're going to be playing black and green. Corrupt is a thing, so we could have a draw 2 for 1 mana spell. You know, Infectious Bite puts poison. Infectious Bite does play well with the Basilisk, though, so it's either draw cards or Basilisk for the Death Touch combo with Infectious Bite. I think the draw 2 cards is harder to get, so we're going to go there. Tough call. Okay, we're kind of in a lane. We're in 2 lanes, sort of, but the lanes we are in are open. The Void Wing. It's definitely a sign we're right where we need to be. I think it is the best card here. I'm going to take it. I'm sad I'm missing out on Glare, though. Dose fits really well with Proliferate. And if we're going to be black and blue, that's what we want to be doing. But the Edict here, it can get rid of a Planeswalker, which is kind of a big deal. I don't want to undersell that. It's a very big deal. But it can also get rid of early game creatures, and I think I like that more than the Dose, even though the Dose has more synergy. Bring the Ending is playable. I don't think I want any of these other cards. And yeah, we've seen a few escaped experiments for the Artifact Blue deck that we're kind of abandoning, but they're not worth jumping into it. It's so closed, because I think all the white artifacts are getting taken, right? This lane is much more open. The blue-black lane. Bearer could be good here. High Cleaver could be good here. Canopy's fine too. I actually think I'm just going to take the Atlas for fixing, since I'm nearly always going to be running 3 colors. That's just how I play. I'm going to go ahead and take the Raptor to follow it up. And the Seer's fine. We did get the prologue back, or a prologue, so that's good. The Strider's not my favorite, but I'm going to put it in the deck, and this guy is fine for proliferating. Okay, Riot Priest. This is another card I have yet to actually play with. I hear good things. I see good things in Standard from it. We don't exactly have a lot of targeting for it yet. We do have Infectious Bite, which is good. I think it's worth taking. I think it's a strong enough card. I'm only missing out on a Raptor and a Scrap Trap maybe. Augury maybe. I mean, it's not a lot here I'm missing out on by trying it. So let's go with green. Alright. You know, there would be nothing wrong with taking the Synthesizer here. But I think I like the Skitterling just a touch more. It's really Skitterling or Synthesizer. I could go with Basilisk, but I think the Skitterling's fine. I think we do have a good chance of getting Corrupt going. Scheming Aspirant is probably the best card, and if we're going to proliferate, it has good payouts, but the Vorak actually does proliferate, which we're very much lacking at this moment. I think I'm just going to take the Vorak, but we've definitely found the open lane. The open lane is definitely green, black, and blue of some sort. Inquiry is decent, but the Vorak's just so much better. Yeah, open lane for sure. Venser is here. I'm going to take it. We don't have a lot of ways to proliferate yet. We don't have a lot of spells to target, and we don't have a lot of ways to proliferate yet, but you know what? We're in a lane of some sort. We're in proliferate lane for what it's worth. Yeah, Trawling Drake just fits perfectly in it. It's a good pickup. Unctus is looking pretty weak, but we still have a lot of blue creatures. I mean, he still has value for rummaging alone, even though we're not ending up in artifacts. Here, Synthesizer is tempting. 2-drop, we could proliferate it. Whisper Dross is good for this deck, probably, because we could even target our own creatures to trigger Riot Priest if we want. Like, there's some versatility there. Scrap Trap's also good, but yeah. Restoration's also tempting, but I think Whisper Dross, just because I can target my own creatures to trigger proliferate, might be the better choice with the Riot Priest synergies. It's not ideal, but like its removal or a proliferate later for 1. Restoration, I mean, we saw one in the last pack we could take. I don't mind taking it here. We have enough big bombs I want to get back. We could be really spicy and go with Serum Core here. It's not off my radar, and I'm not beyond playing 4 colors. I kid you not. But I'm going to be reasonable, and I'm going to take one of these way subpar cards instead. If this wasn't being recorded, I might take the Serum Core there. Let's go long legs. I don't need another Whisper. I think here you could take Titanic Growth or Basilisk. I mean, even the Skull Bomb's fine. I don't really have tricks and I want to target myself more, so I think I'm just going to go with the Titanic Growth. kind of punished. Another Titanic growth here. Seer, or we can just take a top end. We don't have a lot of top end. I'm going to take the top end. Vraska's Fall is fine. Eye of Malkator is really good. Our artifacts really didn't get there, so I think I'm just going to take the prologue. And Mantle. Okay, well, that's something. The Progress Tyrant. So good. So expensive, but so good. I'm definitely taking it. It wants us to be playing spells, which is kind of what we want to be doing with the Riot Priest and Fencer and everybody else anyway. So, spells, proliferate. Deck, I mean, I wish we had the artifacts come through, because, like, him copying the artifacts would be insane, but I think if he just becomes our top end, that's good enough for me. Poor Unctus. Like, what a sad deck to be in. But I do think that the Tyrant is ideal. What is this? Another artifact card. We're never going to get this to work, are we? I don't think we can pivot this late into blue-white artifacts. I don't even want to splash it. I think we're already kind of in a weird place as is. We need to focus on, like, spells and proliferating if possible. Kind of want to just take, like, the draw 2 card spell. If it gets copied, it's 4 cards. I mean, I don't know. Okay, Azuri is decent late game. Like, really late game. He's got some rewards, but man, is he kind of a risk, you know? Like, his power toughness just isn't there for how much you're spending. I almost want to take the Venomous Brutalizer as a safer top-end card and hopefully wheel Azuri. I think we just need the 4/4. Like, I really want Azuri to wheel, though. What do you guys think the odds are somebody else is proliferating in this pool? Thrumming Bird is definitely it. Like, seriously. That is a really late War Whip. Wow. Okay. We cannot take that. It should never be a pick 5, though. What do I need? I think maybe Canopy or Vraska's Fall. Maybe Vraska's Fall takes it by an edge. But they're both really close. Where was this guy, like, earlier? Pack 1. Okay, and we would have just slammed blue-white artifacts. Now you come to me? I guess we're just going to take Graz. Like, there's nothing else here I want. Like, what is all these late artifacts all of a sudden? Again, there's nothing here. Like, maybe I just take another prologue. I could take any of these cards, really. Even the Oil Gorger looks good. We have enough oil. Maybe I just take the Troll as, like, a top-end draw a card. Dig towards my bombs. I have a very weird deck going here, I'm not gonna lie. Could draw 2 more cards. I have just so much card draw, though. Maybe the Theorist would be the better take. Just offer Immortality seems like a fine trick. Why not? Another Troll or 10-handed Growth. Like, maybe we just plan on targeting ourselves a little bit more with the Growth. Lean a bit more into Riot Priest. Seer is fine. Raptor is great late pickup. I don't think we want the trick over the Raptor. Cat's fine. And then nothing. Okay. Well, that's a lot of playables. So I'm just going to speed this up to double time while I talk about how I went through this process. Yeah. So, messy draft. I wanted artifacts. It was closed. We slipped into proliferate, but then like we didn't get some of the proliferate trigger cards. I mean, we got some of them, but not everything. So we're like a quasi proliferate deck that didn't get there, and that's kind of one of the risks when you're running black and blue. Is if you really don't get there with the proliferate, like you didn't get there. So I kind of know I didn't get there here. Luckily, we have enough, like, I want to say bombs to squeak by the difference. Because we were drafting the open lane, we got individually powerful cards. So at this point, what it really is condensing it down to the cards that I feel will play best with the bombs I have. I do want to dig. But how much digging do I really want to do? I mean, you don't want to just dig to no end with no finish. You have to have something that you're digging for. And we do have a few things we want to dig for, but like the finishers in this deck are pretty weak. All I'm trying to decide here is like how many spells can I afford to run while still having enough creatures to not lose the game immediately. It's a really weird thing to think about. You know, this set is so fast. It does not want you to be playing this style deck, and I know it. So I'm making cuts that I wouldn't normally make cuts for in a spells deck. Like normally I would just cut creatures and be like, yeah, we're just running spells. I'm just going to control them with spells, and then I'll drop like 3 creatures down. We'll be fine. But in this set, I can't do that. So I can't run as many spells as I would like. So that means I have to be running very strategic creatures that kind of help me with my spells and hopefully get benefits off the few spells I do have. Yeah, I mean, I really want to be drawing a lot of cards, but I really don't have the top end I want. So I'm going to cut a large portion of it just to make sure we can get to the Progress Tyrant. Yeah, the Skitterling just kind of seems out of place. The long legs can go, the cat can go. I think we can cut a seer, maybe. I don't know, it's our early game plan though. Vraska's Fall, one of them can go probably. It's just really weak. Maybe we cut the weaker draw spell cards, since we are already drawing a lot of cards with Unctus. I need that restoration back. Yeah. Cut Seer. We're down to 3 more cuts. It's really hard here. I mean, I like Phyrexian Arena, but it's sticking out like a sore thumb because it's basically taking turn 3 off, and I'm not sure I can do that. And I already have a lot of 3 drops. And Unctus is already drawing a lot of cards, technically, right? He's rummaging, so maybe Phyrexian Arena can go. Because if I'm staying back, like, I don't want to lose a life every turn if I'm planning on sitting back. So, that 4-drop seems a little weak. Scareling, weak. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this as a shell start. Hopefully the tricks can get us to the end game, get us to the Progress Tyrant. It's just going to be flyers with tricks, and hopefully we win out. Neither of our other plans got there, so I don't think we're missing anything here. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the draft just doesn't come together the way you want. It's totally okay when that happens. Just make the best of it, and we're going to do that and go to the games. Okay. I'm going first. I guess I want to put out a swamp so I can whisper if they bring out something. But the start hand's a little concerning. I only have a thrumming bird. I mean, I know I'm light on creatures. I definitely have a removal here, so I'm not panicked, but I would love to have a creature with more than 1 toughness as my only creature in my hand. I guess we could whisper that. I mean, it's not the best creature ever, but I want to stay mana efficient if I can. I could hold off here, but or I can run out my throwing bird. Bring the ending. It's probably best held off on turn 3, so I'm going to run out my Thrumming Bird, and then hopefully turn 3 they play out something bigger for Bring the Ending. Okay, 3 damage is a lot of damage that I'm not sure I can afford to take. I think I just want to make them sack it. I mean, I could hold off, but I just don't care, I guess. One damage. We're gonna get punished if they play out a big creature here, but what can you do? Oh. Yeah, also punished for removal. That's fine. I'm okay with a 2/2 hitting the board, though. We have nothing to put out, though, so I guess we'll stay tight. Okay, get him here. Guess we're just gonna take 3. They didn't play anything. Okay. Well, we still don't have a play. We'll hold open our removal. But in the meantime, I guess we'll just die. 5 lands. Yes, they counted them. There's 5 of them there. Maybe I need more creatures. I can't even do this. They can pay for it. I'm gonna die very fast if we don't find an answer. I guess our progress tyrant's our only answer at the moment. And we only need 1 more land, and we can put a 5/5 out. I think that'll certainly put something to a halt. Well, there's the land. I guess we run it out. Now, what this does is it means, like, if they've been holding on to Titanic Growth or something, it's going to make it near impossible for them to cast it. So, blocking is not going to be so scary. If we can make it through this next turn and live, we can Infectious Bite and clear off their board, as is right now. And then hold open, bring the ending for another creature on a later turn. So, they can't cast their equipment for Mirrodin creatures. So this is really good against them. They can't cast instants or sorceries. I mean, it's just going to counter it. And with only 4 mana, I don't think they have space to double cast. So I am going to have to block here. But man, if we can get to that Infectious Bite, copying it, get rid of both creatures, and then hold open, bring the ending, we actually have a chance here to turn this game around. We were losing this game so badly a minute ago, so drawing the 7th land was clutch. Yeah, okay. I actually think we're going to win this game, so I'm going to Infectious Bite, copy it, do both creatures. They have to have double spells here to even make this not function. And even then, let's say they had double Titanic Growth, right? They can only save 1 creature. Because it'll counter the first one. So, I'm really okay with all of this. I don't think there's anything they can do here. Yeah. So. With a clear board, I feel really good. And I can even attack in with Bring the Ending, because if they cast anything with haste, like a Furnace Strider or anything like that, I can just Bring the Ending it, counter it, doesn't come down, so. They're gonna have to play something here. I'm gonna counter it with Bring the Ending if it's not an artifact. If it's an artifact, my Progress Tyrant's just gonna counter it anyway, so it does the job for me. They're really going to be in a pickle here. I'm not sure there's too many things they can have that can resolve. I will counter this. Yeah, I mean, my Bring the Ending will trigger twice, so they'd have to pay 4. So I am going to counter this. It's probably one of the only creatures they have that they can get to resolve anyway. So I think this is worth it. I'm just going to hedge my bets that the rest of their creatures are going to be artifacts. Yep. We're actually only 1 damage off from lethal. Plus 8, yeah, 13. So we're just gonna Vorak. We don't need any of these. We can just proliferate, right? We don't need the lands. Sure. The Vorak will be good for blocking if they have haste, because we can't counter another creature. But Titanic Growth has them dead no matter what they put down on the board. If they can put something down, we have them next turn no matter what, if it's just one thing. So that's fine. We're still going to win with Titanic Growth. So now we're just going to attack in. It doesn't matter that we have the Void Wing. We're not going to play it out. So whichever one they don't block, we're going to double Titanic Growth on it, and it'll be lethal. Oh, they block neither. Well, we'll just split it up and say good game. Yeah, Progress Tyrant's absolutely OP. Double Titanic Growth. So gross. We were definitely losing that game. Until our Progress Tyrant absolutely saved us at the last minute. That was a surprising win for me. I was not expecting to win that game. So, I do want to make one quick change to my deck. I'm really worried about my early game creatures. And I feel like Maze's Mantle is maybe not doing it for us. Because it's not an instant or a sorcery that Progress Tyrant would copy, so maybe instead of Maze's Mantle, we just throw in our second Titanic Growth, or we could do Prologue to Phyrexia. We could do Chrome Prowler, it would be copied as well, and get another creature. Still not sold on Phyrexian Arena. I think Maze's Mantle out and Titanic Growth in, that was just such a strong combo, right? That I'm okay leaning into that a bit more. Doubling our odds to get it. Yeah. I think that's good. That's something I can live with. Alright, let's keep going. Hopefully we get more creatures. I know we have them. We just didn't draw them last game. We got our lands, and we got some of our bombs. I like this hand. Voidwing into Raptor. Looks pretty good. Unctus to follow up if we can get another blue land. Whispering Way, Voidwing. That's alright. If we proliferate, we can get it back, so. Raptor's going to be good against that Canker Bloom. Just kind of endlessly block it if we want to. I do think they have a trick here, so I'm going to pass. I'm going to take 3 damage. I am not willing to trade yet. Let's put it that way. I'm glad we didn't trade. The Siphoner is a better thing for my Raptor to be able to block and keep Toxic off me. Offer Immortality is good here. I might, if given the opportunity, block the Canker Bloom and then try and kill it and then offer Immortality to blow up their trick. I think that puts us in a good spot. I mean, or we could block the Siphoner. Let's see what we do. Okay, well, they only attacked the Canker Bloom, which means they do have a trick. Let's go for it. Let's see it. Okay. I guess I'm willing to spend an oil counter to force a trick out of their hand. Will they play it now? Yes. That was like the one trick I didn't want to see. Well. Gets it out of both of our hands, I suppose, but would have loved it to be a pump spell instead. Bummer. There's our blue land. That's good. Unctus can come out. And then Progress Tyrant. We're only one land away from casting it. I think I'm going to leave everybody back. I don't think we want to rummage with our Raptor, you know. It's a forced rummage. We'd have to rummage. And I don't want to lose my land. I want to be able to cast my Tyrant. So I'm just going to pass. Sit back. It's a really interesting card that it forces the rummage. Wonder what they're thinking about. That's gonna get huge. Their board's like ripe for dying. Oh! Is that an artifact? Is Unctus an artifact? Oh my gosh, he's an artifact. Why did I not know he was an artifact? Whoopsie. That's alright. I mean, it gets the Cankerbloom off the board. Am I upset that Unctus is an artifact and I didn't know it? Yeah. I'm upset we lose our rummage a little bit, but I'm not going to let that get me down. Play out my Thrumming Bird and say go here. We're still in a good spot. They're taking forever on these turns, guys. I'm gonna have to cut it down. Sorry if it looks jumpy. This person's literally taking a million years on their turns at the moment. I'm going to draw cards. And Raptor looks good. Raptor number 2 is fine. I don't think I need to start attacking in yet. I really want to get Progress Tyrant on the board sooner than later to kind of put a stop to their battle tricks. There's so many battle tricks they could have, so. The Edict gets something off the board, but it makes a 4/4 at the same time. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I guess I could offer in a Raptor and see if they trade. I'll still have good blockers set behind. You gotta start swinging it at some point, right? I don't know what they're thinking about for so long over there. Play out my Death Touch and say go. Man, really would like sell any number of these creatures for a land at the moment. If that was a thing in Magic. Rib Skiff. That's a card you don't see too often. Okay. I mean, it's big, but we have Death Touch. I do wonder if I should just attack in this next turn, you know, and try and force a 2-for-1 with the Edict and then follow it up with the Brutalizer. We can't proliferate with the Brutalizer anyway. It's not like we can get our Voidwing back or anything. So I wonder if we swing in with our Death Touch and one of our Raptors. There's only one way they can block here and they wouldn't get 2-for-1. And even if they block correctly, they're still going to get even trades. I think that's worth it. Like, take 2 of their creatures either way. 3 if I'm really lucky. Or they don't block. Okay, they're gonna screw the Rib Skiff here. Okay. I really hope they put the Rib Skiff on the Death Touch. and the Siphoner on the 1/4. Or even if they just did Rib Skiff on Death Touch, that would be great. Not sure why they would crew it if they weren't planning on blocking with it. I guess they're rethinking it. I mean, they can get this right still. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, they got it right. There's no shame in that. You can make them sacrifice something before combat damage, so if they change their mind and they decide they want to keep their Rib Skiff, they can, but if they don't want to keep their Rib Skiff, they're still going to have to sacrifice other things, and then they'll be left with a 5/5 flyer on the board, which is not my favorite thing in the whole world, but we have double Raptor. It can take care of it, and then we're left with a Thrumming Bird. Let's run out our 4/4 Toxic. I do think our board state's looking better than theirs. Alright, well, what are they going to play now? They still have 2 cards in their hand. I'm hoping they're just holding lands and bluffing. And we just have this 5/5 to deal with now. Well, there's another land, but they're going to get to draw a card off that eventually. They keep looking at my Brutalizer. Highly sus. Okay. Titanic Growth is great here. I think we just swing in with everything. I want to get aggressive. I don't want to sit back. What are they going to block? I think they keep looking at that Brutalizer. I want them to block the Brutalizer for sure. Okay, I mean, we can Titanic Growth here. I think it can get blown up. And they definitely have a trick still. But if we lose our Thrumming Bird, I think it's okay. We still get in for a lot of damage here. So it's the trick. Don't hurt me too badly. Okay. That's really weird. I think I would have Infectious Bit the Thrumming Bird, personally. You know? And then they still have the 5/5 that can block the next turn against the 4/4, but okay. Moving on, they now have a Steward and a Brutalizer of their own. Oh my. Okay, so those weren't lands that they were sandbagging, those were creatures. Whoopsie. Infectious Bite. Interesting. So we could get aggressive and just pump up our Raptor and Infectious Bite now, the 4/4, and also hit for 4 damage here, but I almost want to see if we can save it till we have the Progress Tyrant on the board. It's a risk, but we'll see. Okay, they're searching. We could break even with the Infectious Bite. We can block the Steward and bite the Brutalizer all in one swing if they swing with both. Looks like they're going to pump. Do I want to take 6 damage here and 3 Toxic? Probably not. It's a shame, but I think we are just going to go ahead and Infectious Bite before that resolves. Probably would have been better to do this last turn and then get the damage in as well, but we didn't have a crystal ball. We didn't know exactly how they'd want to play it. Another tap land to draw more cards. That Dross does absolutely nothing for us. And also our Raptor's out of oil counters, so we can't even give oil counters to our Raptor that had to use them. I'm going to ping in for 1, because that's my game plan. When we made this deck, we knew the game plan would be flyers pinging in, so every little damage counts here. Really, really want to land for my Progress Tyrant to put an end to their spellcasting and tricks so badly. At least they're drawing lands. They are taking so long on this turn. Okay, Vat of Emergence is why. Literally, I'm going to have to cut all that out. They thought for about 3 minutes, it felt like. And they chose Unctus. I think that's an interesting choice. I'm not that afraid of Unctus in his deck. And there's our land. And then there's our Progress Tyrant. Okay. Well, we have a stable board here. We can't attack in, but even if they pump up Unctus with the Steward, we can still kill the Unctus, and it only takes one creature with him, and it can't kill the Progress Tyrant. I think we can swing in for one more damage here. Getting cheeky. 1 damage at a time. You can copy Whisper of the Dross next turn, though. Give -2/-2 to that Steward. We'll block here. The odds of them having 2 spells that they can resolve is very low, since they only have 2 cards in their hand. So I'm going to do it. Can they resolve 2 spells? It's a big question. It's a lot of pausing here. This is a big moment in this game. I need my Tyrant to stay on the board. I need it to live through this. I suppose I could have just taken the 4 damage, but... what are the odds they have 2 spells here? Like, they keep looking. I don't think they have it. They can take one of my Raptors. That's fine. Why are they looking at all my cards? Why did they... This is so troubling. They ordered the Tyrant first. Maybe they have 2 Whisper of the Drosses of their own. Spell number 1. It gets countered. Here it comes. Oh, they don't have it. Oh, what a fake out. Okay. Well, they were trying to push damage without us responding. And I called them on their bluff, but... that was intense. This hand's good. It's fine. Vraska's Fall and Whisper the Dross are going to have to do a lot of stuff here. Skull Dweller is perfect for Whisper the Dross. Throwing Bird was a good draw too. We'll play that out next. Atlas is good too. Got Unctus next turn. On turn. Turn 3 Unctus. Say it isn't so. What is this card? Well, they whiffed. They didn't get any rats. Huh. It is a 3/3 with Toxic 1 though, so I think instead of Unctus, we're just gonna get rid of it and then give them 2 poison counters. Not that we're gonna win with poison. I mean, I guess we could with Thrumming Bird. If they don't deal with Thrumming Bird kills them in 8 turns. But, yeah. Kaito.
I'll take on an army myself if I have to.
It's kind of a problem.
That should be enough of a distraction.
It's actually a really big problem. Instead of Unctus, I'm going to put out a Raptor so that I can try and fly over whatever they put down and deal damage to Kaito. Ossification removal. This is so brutal. What, and then they're going to make my Throwing Bird so it can't attack again? Brutal. Okay.
Too slow.
Kaito is single-handedly destroying us at the moment. If it wasn't tapped down, we could just Titanic Growth and kill Kaito. Ah! I'm so frustrated. That's really bad news. So, killing the throwing bird is important because now they can just tap down the Unctus. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I guess it's not tap down technically. It can't attack or block is what it does. It's not theoretically tapping down, it's just can't attack or block till next turn. Absolutely ridiculous. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't have enough creatures to deal with an opponent that can tap it down twice. I mean, even with these tricks like Titanic Growth, even if I can put another creature down that doesn't get tapped down or locked down, by then what? It's going to be too big. Coyote's going to be like 8, 9. This is very bad. This deck is not built for this. You know? Cleansing Raptor. Great. I actually think that's worth an Infectious Bite. Probably. Because otherwise it's just going to chip in and kill us really fast in the air, you know?
I can run circles around you.
Can't block. Yeah. I have no cards right now, so... Well, they could return the Raptor, I guess.
Now.
Oh, that would be bad. They didn't. Okay. The drawn cards, I think with them tapped right now, we do the Infectious Bite before they get some sort of trick. So. For what it's worth, our Atlas can now chip in for 1 damage. This is awful. Still can't attack in. Still can't rummage. This is just terrible. This is so stifling. Even if they didn't bring out another creature there, they'd still just be handily winning with just the Zealot, so I'm not too disappointed to see a creature. It does mean that they can bounce the Fleshless Gladiator to draw more cards. This is just going to snowball here. I don't think we have a chance in this game, but I'm going to keep playing it out. What we really need to draw is our Edict. So in the draft, we had a choice between Mesmerizing Dose or the Edict, and we chose the Edict for this exact reason. It's not in our graveyard, so we haven't cast it yet. We have an Edict in our deck we can draw. So if we draw the Edict, we can make them sacrifice Kato, and then we have a chance to rebound. Trawling Drake is a great start, though. That was a good draw. We need 2 creatures on the board for Kato to not be killing us. Now, of course, he can bounce and then tap down both creatures, or make both creatures so they can't attack and block, not tap down. But he has to bounce to do that, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, I mean, he's going to get in here. Gosh, and then they bring out a 3rd creature. Rip. Rip. Oh, we just need to draw the Edict. Like, what is my answer to this problem? The Edict is my answer. I do have an out, so it's possible. I'm not gonna scoop. I'm not gonna scoop because I know I can stabilize this board if I can get rid of Kieto. I can do it. But I am gonna use Titanic Growth here, actually. Just get rid of one of the creatures. I need to be winning the creature battle numbers on the board. Which, like I said, this deck is not built to be winning any creature numbers on the board battle. So this is not ideal. They should bounce here and then draw a card. That's what I would do. You gonna draw a card? I mean, I guess they could tap down the Trawler Drake as well. That would be reasonable too. Depends how conservative they want to be. I don't think my Trawler Drake can hit them for 10, even if I wanted, so. This would be a good turn for them to, yeah, go get more resources. Good call. OP knows what they're doing. Ping them for one, and edict. So not what I want to see. Actually, instead of playing this out, we're gonna rummage. We're gonna rummage the seer away, and I know we need creatures, but I need the edict more than I need the seer. So let's swing in. I'm not even gonna go at Kaito, I don't think, because 3 damage is not gonna make a dent. I'm just gonna go at the player. Raptor is better than seer. It's not edict, but it is a better blocker on this board, so I'm not disappointed. We have him down to 13 life, even with the Kaito, so, I mean, we're not... That Atlas is really pinging them. It's adding up. It's not insignificant down there. Yeah, we can still win this if we... no, we can't. Drown in Iker, are we serious? Man. It feels bad. It's okay. Stay positive. We can still win this if we get our edict off the top, but it is our only out. We don't have another out. But now they're gonna glare our Drake. This feels really bad. Okay. Now, even if we do draw our edict, it's going to be a very tall mountain to climb. Because we don't have anything that can block flying. They can Flenser Raptor in the Paladin. So I think we are just dead next turn. Flensing Raptor on Paladin. But we'll just play it out. I don't think there's anything we can do. Nah, it wasn't even close. The edict wasn't close. I kind of did this out of curiosity to see what was on top. Just lands. We were doomed. Good game, OP. You did it. You played Kaito and it soloed us. So hard. I actually still have not opened a Planeswalker in the set yet. Actually, that's not true. I did get Kaya in my Phantom sealed pool on Arena. But it's Phantom. Like, I didn't actually get the card. So, does that count? I guess I did get to play with Kaya once. She did get to the board once, but... I just feel like I should have opened more Planeswalkers by now, but tabletop or on Arena. Either way, I actually have not opened a Planeswalker. I didn't open a Planeswalker at either of my drafts in tabletop, and I have not opened a Planeswalker on Arena yet, so what are you gonna do? Do I want to keep this hand? I could. It's possible to keep it. The Brutalizer is a dead card. It does have our Progress Tyrant. It does have a turn 3 Raptor, but I think it's better just to mulligan here. Right, Priest is good. I think we're ditching the Brutalizer. I really want to keep the Brutalizer, but I don't... I'd rather have every color land, you know? When you're playing 3 colors. This is one of those trade-offs where the Brutalizer goes so that you can cast everything. Huh. Immediate regret. Forced off the top. Come on. I guess Restoration would have been better. Yeah, now we're just flooding out. Yikes. Okay. Well, we didn't know. Opponent's not playing anything. That's manageable. It's a little worrisome. People who play that card tend to have some decent top-end creatures to copy. So we need to make quick work of this. I am going to whisper this and do kind of a combat trick here. Get them poisoned. But yeah, we're flooding out. Okay. They're playing artifacts. We're still flooding out. It's not good. Okay, at least they can't copy Elish Norn, right? But I think that card means we lose. What's funny here is if their Theorist wasn't on the board, Elish Norn would be a sitting duck, and we could Vraska's Fall it. But I don't think we have anything we can do here to deal with Elish Norn. What a bomb. Really wish this hit 2 targets. I guess we could wait. Hope we draw Progress Tyrant in 2 turns from now and not put another creature on the board, and then we Vraska's Fall. That might be our only out. So I'm going to save it. It's a lot of hoping, but, you know, if we draw Progress Tyrant, we can play it next turn, and then if they don't put out a creature, fine. And then next turn, if they don't put out another creature, we can Vraska's Fall, Elesh Norn. Be good. Not good. Yeah, well, that plan's out the window now. I'm sure it's gonna go get some other artifacts. Oh, that's pretty cool. That it triggers twice. They can now get 2 Myers. That's a neat combo. I'm glad I stayed in this match just to see that combo. That's pretty cool. Elesh Norn getting 2 more artifact creatures. That's pretty good. No blocks. Yeah. Pretty dead. I guess we should wait for the Progress Tyrant. See if we draw it. But it's not looking good. My turn. Yep, that's not gonna do it. Just kind of curious to see what they play next. It's a good deck. I mean, copying that with the sword and then getting straw cards with the Mire is pretty good. Can't believe they're only attacking with Elesh Norn. I guess I'll let it hit. So they can win faster. Right? Yeah. But cool deck. Top to land. Nope, looks like they're just gonna equip. So we're out. Good win. Good job. Elesh Norn. Good card. You know, we're down to 2 losses. So I think I want to cut a Seer and risk it for the biscuit with the Phyrexian Arena just for fun. Like, the Seer hasn't hit the board yet for us, so am I going to miss it? Maybe. Maybe not. But Phyrexian Arena seems like something I'm willing to now risk to get the Progress Tyrant. I just want to draw more cards. I think I'm going to keep this. I know it sounds weird, but it's got really good combos if I can draw the land with the Riot Priest and the Corpse Puppet. And then the Raptor's a good backup plan. And if we draw 1 green, the Vorak can maybe go get some stuff, so. It's not as bad as it looks. The Raptor can hold out for quite a long time. There's a green land, perfect. Yeah, we'll just put out the Riot Priest, and then we can Vorak next turn if we need to search for a black land. Where do I want to hold open and bring the ending? We'll chip in, and turn 3 has such good creatures. I think I'm going to hold open and bring the ending. Turn 3 is kind of a pivotal turn where good creatures start hitting the board, and so if I can keep that off the board, I think it's worth passing here and seeing what they do. Perfect target, yeah. No land for you. Get out of here. There's a black land, that's great. Yeah, we can just puppet and looks good. We can even proliferate with our Vorak now. Looks like a really solid idea. Get another 3/3 out of it. Okay. We can Raptor and then proliferate, or we can just proliferate. I think I'm okay with just proliferating instead of Raptor first. I think that's okay. We're losing a Trawler Drake and another Raptor, but what are you gonna do? At least it's not our big bombs. We're gonna make 3/3 Golem, and no attacks here. Don't drop a big creature. No big flyers, please. No, they're just scooping. Okay. Really weird for them to scoop with 5 mana. Alright. It's keepable, I suppose. Unctus is gonna have to work overtime with this hand. Turn 3 being our first play is not good. But the fact that they played out a tap land turn 1 is a decent sign that we might not be getting run over. Let's see what color they grab. Black. Okay. Black can be fast. Black-green can be fast. Oh, wow. They're going for another land. Okay, they're playing like my favorite color combo in the set. Good. But they've taken the turns off, which is exactly what we needed. The start hand would have been absolutely atrocious if they hadn't taken those turns off, so. Unctus hitting the board on turn 3 looks reasonable here. Wow, another turn off to draw cards. Unbelievable. Huh. I kind of think they have a lot of removal, so I kind of don't want to put Unctus out. I kind of just want to do the Skull Dweller and say, your turn. They have some removal. Hopefully it'll draw it out. The Zealot is not removal. That's a good sign. Well, it's not a good sign. It means they have some big creatures coming that have toxic. But, take it. I'm going to swing in. Okay. We'll put out Unctus here. Hopefully they don't play anything with haste. That would be unfortunate. No haste. That chip in for 1 really cost me. That touch would have really worked well here. It hurts, but no blocks. Okay. Atlas is fine here. It allows us to play out our creature next turn guaranteed, and we can hold open 1 trick. I actually think Infectious Bite could be really good here, because it's very likely that they're going to give their Atrocity flying with the Skull Bomb up there, and they're also likely to give the +2 from the Zealot, so if they just kind of go all in on that for their next turn, we can really blow it up with Infectious Bite, because our Death Touch Skull Dweller can just kill whatever they do up there. I hope they just go all out on the 4/4. See. They're taking a while to decide what they're gonna do. Okay, Raptor giving flying this turn. That's okay. It's still giving flying and evasion. We're still gonna get to blow it up. I do think the Zealot is going to target. Yep. Perfect. Well, we're gonna do our trick after they attack. They can blow this up with anything that gives it hexproof. So Maze's Mantle, but it's a risk we gotta take. Good. Good. We're still in a world of trouble. You know, that raptor is a real problem. We don't have any of our flyers right now. Throwing bird is perfect here, actually. We can block and then use Titanic Growth as a trick to save it. The real question is, do I chip in with my Death Touch? No. Don't think I should. We will take damage here if they give the Zealot flying. That's a thing. But yeah, they're just gonna pump up the raptor. Hopefully they only do it once. They don't double up with Skull Bomb. Good. I'm gonna block. Titanic Growth all the way. They have a trick. It gets blown up, but we have to go for it. We're so far behind right now. Good. No trick. To damage. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. That was a big swing. And they just keep coming out with the flyers. Vraska's fall's okay here. I don't mind getting rid of a mite. To be honest, like, we just need to keep the board equalized. Right? We can get rid of might and do Titanic Growth. Held open for the shepherd. That will undoubtedly get buffed up, I'm sure. I guess I do want a Vraska's fall. I might. I know that sounds really weird, but I do. Definitely want to do that. I think this makes blocking easier for us. In many ways. No attacks. I think we just need to hold off and block. Just need to outlast here. Don't even have enough mana for our Progress Tyrant, even if we drew it. It's unfortunate. But our Atlas is turned on for chipping in for 1 damage. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna do it again. They didn't have a trick last time. I don't think they'll have a trick this time. Like, we're gonna go for it. Oh, man. If they've got a trick here or anything, we're just done. So much depends on this. Okay. Well, we made it. I am so glad we killed their shepherd. Wow, a tenant bouncing the shepherd would have been just game over for us. Maybe they should have just been more patient and held back. I don't know. Little ping. Boom. So we're still in a lot of trouble. I think running out the Riot Priest would be fun, but I think we do need to put out the Brutalizer first to stabilize with 4/4 on the board. The whole reason that card is in our deck is that the 4/4 is a better blocker. Paying them for 1. And I'm not sure Riot Priest is actually going to do us too much, so I do think I want to rummage it away and try and find something better. Plus, we'll put them on a faster poison counter. Well, Venser is better, especially with Thrumming Bird. And if our opponent doesn't do anything in the air anymore, Thrumming Bird with Venser is looking super, super good. So, let's do that, and hopefully hold. We're going to take some damage in the air if they give something flying, and we're just going to have to deal with that as that comes, but they can't do it for defensive purposes, so we at least have a clear lane still for our Thrumming Bird. Crucial it gets through next turn for Venser to trigger a golem. With Unctus on the board, the golem's going to be a 4/4. So, looks good. They can make a big flyer here. Like a really big flyer. How much damage? What, 7? They could technically do 7 with the attendant. No, it could be 9. No, 7. 5. 7. No, it could be 9. This is a really big hit. Taking 9. Taking 9. Whew. It hurts. Raptor's great. I'm just gonna run it out. I know that we're gonna be looting and we miss out on whatever we draw, but I do want the Raptor to get more oil counters from the Throwing Bird, since the Raptor is probably gonna be one of our win cons now. So it's worth it. Offer Immortality is an okay spell for us to lose out on. Proliferating, yes. Making the 3/3 golem, yes. And now we have a 4/4. Very cool. What do we need to worry about? Not too much. We have a pretty... I mean, flying. We need to worry about flying. But the Raptor helps there. Okay, trample. I can make a big trampler here. I don't think we're dead. I think we still have this, even with the trample. Let's see. It's +3, so that goes to 6, 7, 8 trample damage. We can throw 2 4/4s in front of it plus the Raptor and kill it for 9 damage. They haven't had tricks, so like, I mean, you have to assume they're not drawing more tricks. So, yeah, the 2 4/4s can go, and the Raptor to finish it off, and then they can choose either the Raptor or the Brutalizer or the Golem to kill. They can't kill all 3. They'll just kill 2 of them. I think that's decent. I suppose it would be safer to put the Death Toucher over there instead of the Raptor. But Raptor can pump if they have a trick. I guess we'll do that. I'm more worried about the trample damage, I think, than things dying at this point. Being at 5 life. If they have a Titanic Growth, I want to be able to block all of it. If I can. Even if it means my creatures die. They do have a trick here. It's holding priority. Let's see it. Okay. Well, the good news is we can still kill them. 8, 9, 10, 11. And then they do 10 damage. We have 2 defense there. So we block all the damage. We lose all 3 of our creatures. And they gain a card. It is what it is. But at least we blocked all the damage. I think that's important. It's a shame we're losing our Raptor. But I don't think there's anything we can do about that at the moment. We'll get the Golem back, of course, from the Thrumming Bird. As long as they didn't draw a flyer. Ping. And then my turn. Land. It's okay, we can Thrumming Bird it away. We're gonna loot. Another land. Don't need my green lands. Yep. And I'm gonna make 4/4. I think I'm gonna hold the land for looting for next turn. Man, this game is so long. Hive Master is a nuisance, but not terrible. Okay. I'm gonna block with my golem if they swing in. Ah, they are out of tricks. Let's ping them for one. Let's get this party started. Now, unfortunately, Throwing Bird doesn't proliferate till after battle damage, so I can't give my golem flying. I don't think I'm in a position to attack. I'm going to play out my raptor, though, so that it gets proliferated. Swinging with just the Throwing Bird still, I think. Yeah, we're just not in a position to get aggressive here. Another land, yep. Okay. We'll proliferate. They're at 7 poison. We can't make another legendary artifact 'cause it's legendary. It'll just kill the other one, so I guess we'll just do this even though it doesn't make sense. And say your go. If they don't put out a flyer, viral spawning's fine. If they don't put out a flyer here, I think we have lethal. Right, because Unctus can make the Thrumming Bird and the Raptor +1 each, so that's 4 damage. And then five, 6, 7, 8, yeah. What, should we show off and just put our Progress Tyrant out? Take 4 damage life, pay with life? We're gonna do that, yeah. Yeah, this is lethal. Okay, here we go. We're gonna Unctus. We're gonna pay the life and attack in with our Raptor and our Thrumming Bird and win. Now this can get blown up with a trick and we'll lose the game. If they have something that is instant speed, kill our creatures, we're done for. But if they had that, they would have done it turns ago. So they would have had to top deck it. So let's just go for it. Why could I not press up? Oh, do I not like press scroll up? I need to pay with life. What was that option bar? Sorry, I don't play Arena enough. Oh, I have to press down. Okay. Sorry, guys. And press down. Yep. Raptor. Now we can just pump for the win. It's so sick. Here we go. Could technically pump one more, but no reason to. Boom. That's how we win. That's how we do it. What a nuts game. What a power play going down to 1 life. Just being like, deal with it. We're still at 2 losses, but we're still winning. 4 wins. 4 wins for our completely uncohesive nonsense. Yeah, this looks okay. There's a trick to get rid of something. And then we drew our Thrumming Bird. But oh, great target. Thank goodness. I was about to say the only thing this hand has going for it is that we'll draw more cards, but no, it looks good. We'll put out our Thrumming Bird and Vraska's Fall, whatever they bring out next. Sure. We could Titanic Growth it. Or we could just Vraska's Fall it. I think we're just going to Vraska Fall so that we can get damage in. Looks good. We can draw cards next turn. That's another... Okay. Okay, Raptor's good. Guess we just put out the Raptor as a blocker and say go. Don't think they can easily swing into that. We can trade if we need to as well. They don't have a trick. Alright, well. I guess I'm gonna draw cards. Those are good cards. Alright. Yeah, we don't need to attack. They've got lots of land. Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and bite before this dies, so I can get my value there. And they scoop. Okay. Well, we're up to 5 wins. We've made a profit on the draft. Slow spell control that doesn't control well. Clearly it does what it needs to do, but... 5 wins is actually a really big victory for this deck. Skull Dweller is going to have to be on its game here. I think just developing out the board's good. Instead of holding open the trick. That one's very annoying. Suppose we could trade in stuff if we wanted, and then play the trick if we would prefer to save our creature. Yeah. I think saving the Death Touch is worth it. They were gonna get to draw the card off of it anyway. Now Voidwing has a clear path in the skies, but if they're just playing True Blue... Okay, I like seeing that. Yeah, if they're just playing True Blue, like... probably in a pretty good spot. Raptor... Okay, yeah. That's a problem. That is like one of the few cards that's bigger than a Raptor. We have Titanic Growth, but we can't play it. I think we just hold off. Hmm. 5/5's not good either. They've got a lot of power over there. That's decent. We can use that as a combat trick. If we just swing in. Okay, we can save our Skull Dweller, which I think we should do. It's unfortunate we won't get back our Voidwing, but I think it's okay. We're giving more counters to our Raptor, which could be eventually important. Just take one away for now. They have so many cards. Yeah, that's pretty much game. My Death Touch was so important to us. I do not like seeing Eye of Malkator. It means that they're playing a very good deck. Okay. Well. This is the artifact deck we wish we were able to draft when we opened up Unctus. I have yet to see a Cephalopod Sentry in any of my draft pools either. I know. It's like, I feel like Artifact's very popular. There's Unctus, We can start looting. I think looting is a really good thing to do here. Yeah, we miss out on blocking, but I think we do need to loot for the land. And if we draw green land, we can even use Titanic Growth. Brutalizer goes. I think we need to keep both tricks. It's like our only way out of this is to get our creatures big enough to block. I'll trade here. Okay, Unctus and a Dream, but they have a 5/5 on their board. And a 4/4. Man. Brutal. No blocks. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. Yeah, I think the Phyrexian Atlas assures that we will definitely lose next turn. It's a good card. I don't have any regrets having it in my deck. I think it's absolutely stellar. It's won us more games than it's lost us with the pinging in the life. But, yeah. You know, they bring in any artifact here and they win. Any artifact that hits the board, I think they just win, right? Yeah. That'll definitely win, because now they get to tap down. Good game. Jeez. Not much you can do there. Fun times. I'll let them swing in. Anyway, 5 wins for this deck. Grand scheme of thing, really good, right? I mean, it's a draft that went wrong. We wanted to proliferate. We couldn't get proliferate cards. We wanted to target ourselves to make toxic work. We couldn't get that going either. So we had to make do with the bombs we had and just kind of playing a spells control deck that had flyers as a backup plan. Worked out okay. I mean, 5 wins is nothing to be ashamed of in this set. So decent for something that didn't come together. The Brutalizer maybe should have been a cut. Obviously, I would have loved to have more proliferate removal cards, but just didn't happen. I'm really pleased with how the Progress Tyrant played, and Venser was quite good, even though we weren't proliferating as much as I'd like. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.